understand Mike here wanted to see what Terry Lynn had to say. Mike, Terry Lynn's still speaking to my partner, okay? This is a girl you killed, all right? She's not missing anymore. She's dead. That's Terry Lynn's story while she bawls her eyes out through 2 boxes of Kleenex. And I ask her 4 times, hey, you want to call a lawyer? She says, I don't need to call a lawyer. I feel so bad about what happened. I just want to tell you all about it. That's what you're up against.
Terry Lynn's a liar.
Well, you're the only person that can tell us that, bud.
I just did.
You gotta be careful, though, Mike, because some of the shit she said is backed by not just video but other evidence, but also some of the explanations that she gave as well are verified. And that's a little more graphic than I said it, but yeah, there is some stuff that she says that is true. There's no question. I'm not gonna sit and say it's not. But
How old are you, Mike? 28 years old? You want to tell us your side of the story? Get rid of your fucking security blanket and start being a man. Forensic science is going to be full of shit. How's the pathologist that examines her body going to be full of shit? Explain that to me.
I'll be careful, Mike. That's a dangerous road to go up. But there's something you and I can clarify with what she said, then let's clarify it. But we can't just sit here with a blanket statement that she's full of shit, because there is some things that's truthful. And then by you saying that takes away your credibility. So we gotta be very careful with that.
I'm done with him.
Yeah.
This officer's got his job to do, Mike. He's got a different job than I do. For my investigation, you keeping your mouth shut is the best thing can happen. So keep on keeping it shut.
Okay.
It wasn't quite as eloquent as I would have put it, but anyways.
So the good cop, bad cop routine. It's very popular in Western culture. Lots of people know what it is. But why do cops and detectives and law enforcement use the good cop, bad cop routine, or the good cop, bad cop tactic? The reason for this is because if there's one police officer in the interrogation room who is screaming and shouting, but then there's another one right next to him who's calm and relaxed and almost seeming on the suspect's side, this can cause mental disorientation because your brain is trying to process 2 extremes at the same time, which can cause confusion and mental disorientation. And this is why police officers do this, because the disorientation can effectively disarm a suspect's ability to think rationally, logically, and systematically, which makes it harder for a suspect to create lies on the spot. And so if the suspect is mentally disorientated, you got one police officer saying, you killed him, you're horrible, like, you need to own up to what you did. And then you got another police officer saying, look, I know why you did this. I know why. And I understand, anyone in your situation would have done the same thing. All we want from you is the truth so we can help you through this. When you've got 2 different police officers saying 2 extremes like that, this can confuse a suspect. And the suspect is already going to be in a heightened state due to the nature of the situation. A lot is at stake. The rest of the suspect's life is potentially up in the air right now. Is he or she going to walk out? Is he or she going to go home? Is he or she going to spend the rest of his or her life in prison or in the free world? So these are the stakes. And so the suspect's already going to be in a heightened state. And so if the police officers can create disorientation, this can decrease the suspect's ability to think rationally. And if the suspect is lying, it's going to be harder for the suspect to think of lies on the spot. Another reason why the good cop, bad cop routine is used is because it can allow the suspect, or it can enable the detective rather, to create trust between the suspect and the detective respectively. So the bad cop, the one who's shouting and screaming, is deliberately going to do that to create animosity. But then if the other detective is being understanding and seemingly empathetic. This can create trust. So the bad cop does his thing, screams and shouts, and in a fuming state, goes out the room. But then the calmer, more empathetic, relaxed detective stays in the room, and this creates a sort of fake bond, and trust between the detective and the suspect, all in the name of eliciting a confession. That's what it's about. So that's another reason. Now that those two are in the room, the suspect has a sigh of relief almost that the bad cop is gone, and the person who is actually willing to listen to what he or she has to say is still in the room. And then that can increase the chance that the suspect confesses. So those are two reasons why the good cop, bad cop routine is used. One, to disorientate the suspect and keep them in a heightened state. And the other reason is to create trust between the good cop and the suspect. Let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you check out talented up-and-coming singer Rebel Angel's new EP, including the single New Society. The EP is available on Spotify and SoundCloud, so listen to Rebel Angel today. Links are in the description.